You are listening to the ultimate truth. Isaac is born, and the Lord visited Sarah as he had said. So Sarah conceived and bore Abraham a son, and he called him Isaac. Abraham was 100 years old, and Sarah was 90 years old when his son Isaac was born to them. And Sarah said, God has made me laugh, and all who hear will laugh with me. She also said, who would have said to Abraham that Sarah would nurse his children? But I have borne him a son in his old age. Genesis chapter 21. Abraham's faith confirmed. God tested Abraham and said to him, Abraham, and he said, Here I am, Lord. Then he said, Take now your son, your only son Isaac, whom you love, and go to the land of Moriah and offer him as a burnt offering on one of the mountains of which I shall tell you. So Abraham rose early in the morning and saddled his donkey and took 2 of his young men with him and Isaac his son, and he split the wood for the burnt offering and arose and went to the place of which God had told him. And Abraham said to his young men, Stay here with the donkey, the lad, and I will go to the mountain and worship, and we will come back to you. So Abraham took the wood of the burnt offering and laid it on Isaac his son, and he took the fire in his hand and a knife, and the 2 of them went together. But Isaac spoke to Abraham his father and said, My father, look, the fire and the wood, and where is the lamb for the burnt offering? And Abraham said, My son, God will provide a lamb for a burnt offering. So the 2 of them went together. Then they came to the place of which God had told him, and Abraham built an altar there and placed the wood in order. And he bound Isaac his son and laid him on the altar upon the wood. And Abraham stretched out his hand and took the knife to slay his son. But the angel of the Lord called to him from heaven and said, Abraham, Abraham. So he said, Here I am. And he said, Do not lay your hand on the lad or do anything to him, for now I know that you fear God, since you have not withheld your son, your only son, from me. Then Abraham lifted his eyes and looked, and there behind him was a ram caught up in a thicket by its horns. So Abraham went and took the ram and offered it up for a burnt offering instead of his son. And Abraham called the name of that place, The Lord will provide. Then the angel of the Lord called to Abraham a second time out of heaven and said, I will multiply the blessings upon you. Your descendants will be like the stars of heaven and as the sand on the seashore. In your seed all the nations shall be blessed, because you have obeyed my voice. Genesis chapter 22.